Today we're heading up to Tampa. Yeah, buddy! Yo, they got an efficiency up there. Look, there's an air conditioning unit.
Tell me how you get so fine.
Alright guys, so today me and Katie are going to spend some time in the hoods of Tampa, the real streets, particularly the areas of the city that are more diverse, to see what the crap is going on with immigration. Apparently you can buy your herbs with EBT. Welcome to Tampa, Florida. Alright guys, so we entered this residential neighborhood and the first thing we see is a car for sale. Alright guys, so welcome to Tampa. So we're in this neighborhood here and like there's gang graffiti. Now I'm not exactly sure what all this means, but 78th is the part of town we're in and they crossed out the west side and you can see the arrow pointing down. I mean, this is clearly gang graffiti. You can see the arrows pointing down. They crossed out the west side, so you know, apparently this side of town doesn't mess with the other side of town. So there's actually been shootings. So I'm not really sure about the dynamics of Tampa because I don't live out here. So as we cruise through these neighborhoods, you can kind of tell by the fact people's houses are baby blue and lime green that there's a lot of minorities out here. Like this guy right here has a food truck van on his driveway. This is kind of what like an inner city neighborhood looks like here on the east side of Tampa. Definitely you know, kind of run down and hood looking. So I'm not gonna lie, that's the most gangster name of any street I've ever seen. Ride Out. And this one's called Ride In. This is some gangster street names out here in Tampa. All right, so the hood levels out here are just, look at this. It's got a gold Suburban. What happened, baby? Got a gold Suburban, man. So something that's been happening in Tampa and it's been happening in Miami and a lot of parts of Florida is that neighborhoods that used to be historically African American have recently become Hispanic. You can see here somebody has a camper in their backyard, though this is like a normal thing here in Florida with affordability. People will literally rent you a camper in their backyard. So it's not a bad looking house. It's got a nice yard. It's an older house. Doesn't look bad at all. So little by little, these neighborhoods that used to be predominantly black are slowly becoming Hispanic. You know things are bad when people are collecting scrap metal. With the current prices, it's got to be horrific collecting scrap metal right now. So I just talked to the guy collecting scrap metal and the price now is $7.50 per 100, which is really low. So what that means, guys, is if you had a ton of scrap metal, which is 2,000 pounds, you would only get $150. That means he's getting, for every 100 pounds of scrap metal, right? For every 100 pounds of scrap metal, he's only getting $7.50. That's a very bad rate. It's not exactly, it doesn't even correlate with inflation. It's horrible. So check out this property right here, guys. Look at how tall the grass is on this house. It's at over 3 foot tall, clearly abandoned. So this is what you're starting to see in Tampa right now. A lot of houses that are just abandoned. I mean, just take a look at this. This house has been completely abandoned. The sidewalk is overgrown. And this is kind of what's happening right now in Tampa, is that a lot of houses are now becoming vacant. But the people that own these properties still have a responsibility to keep up the properties. They can't just let them be overgrown and abandoned like this one right here. So I just talked a little bit with a code enforcement officer, and he says that in this area, you know, like a lot of Spanish people, particularly Mexicans, will buy a house, cash money, and fix it. And if they don't have complaints with code violations and issues like that. He said that the real problem that, you know, code enforcement faces out here with properties, it is the out-of-state investors, these ghost investors that come in here from out of state with, you know, shell accounts, and they'll buy properties and then they won't maintain them. The county can't figure out who owns them. Is out-of-state buyers, you know, investment firms and stuff like that, where they come in and they buy stuff, and then for some reason or another they're ghost owners basically. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So anyways, that's an interesting perspective from code enforcement, that, you know, the Spanish people that come in and buy properties, they fix them up and keep them well. It's just the ghost investors that are the problem, because they don't have any interest in the community at all. And those are the ones where you get the worst code violations. All right, guys, we're on the corner of 78th and Causeway, and this area kind of highlights perfectly what East Tampa is about. So this part of Tampa has a lot of Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians. It's a very diverse area. There's also a lot of African Americans over here. So this is kind of a very diverse area. And there's also a lot of Mexicans. So this is a pretty diverse part of Tampa. If you're into like international markets, this area is incredible, and that it has so much diversity, so many ethnic markets. Let's take a look at what's going on at the community board here. So here we have an efficiency. This person has rento un efficiency. Se renta efficiency. So you can see people are renting efficiency. Now efficiencies are kind of like informal rents. This one says, se renta un apartamento, incluye agua, corriente, internet. So this person has an apartment. It includes internet, water, and electricity. If you call this person, they'll tell you the address. This person says, se renta apartamento espacioso. I have an apartment. It's got a lot of space. It's got a living room, closet, bathroom, everything independent, everything included. Parking spots for 2. Please text me at this number. This person says, I rent an efficiency. Call this number. An apartment, a 1-bedroom. So you can see here, they got a 1-bedroom apartment. This person also has a 1-bedroom apartment. This person is renting an efficiency with internet, everything included. So this person here also has a furbished apartment with bathroom, private, everything, closets, all bills included. So this is kind of more than usual. I mean, just look at this community board here. How many different people are offering rents? Obviously, the abundance of rents is because a lot of people who are undocumented have had to leave the United States. That's probably why you just have kind of like an abundance of rentals available, because, you know, informal rents. Now, these little efficiencies, a lot of times they're not permitted, so they're not exactly, you know, for everybody. So check out this Latin food place right here. It's a little place. It's called Bradley Family Restaurant. And look at the food they got. I mean, this looks like Dominican maybe. Maybe some Puerto Rican influence. I'm not sure what the nationality of this restaurant is. You can see some Colombian dishes as well. So it's kind of like a little bit of everything. So in the parking lot, wrapped all the way around, are food trucks. It's just the abundance of Latin food. If you love Latin food like me, there's no shortage of it. And usually the prices are incredibly good prices. Almost, sometimes you can buy food on the street cheaper than you can cook it yourself. This one here does elotes and smoothies. Now this one here looks to be maybe Nicaraguan. They got pupusas. Sorry, so this is Honduran here. So they got pupusas here. If you've never had a pupusa, they're incredible. There's a photo of one right there. It's kind of like a little quesadilla with a lot of cheese inside. It's like a better version of a quesadilla. So here you got Chef Rasta. You got a little bit of Jamaican. So they're gonna have all the good Jamaican stuff you like. This one might be Colombian right here. So you can see they got the Colombian colored tables. So you got Colombian. I love Colombian food. And then over here you got Puerto Rican. Nice little Puerto Rican truck here. So you can see all the Puerto Rican flags. Beautiful little food truck here with Puerto Rican. So obviously, for example, in this area, you have a lot of Puerto Ricans, and obviously Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens by birth, so they're not really affected by immigration law. But they are economically affected by the situation in a very negative way. Obviously, a lot of neighborhoods are losing people. So this one over here is kind of like a taco spot as well. So you got some tacos over here. Lots of taco trucks in the Tampa area. So these food trucks are actually pretty busy. It's about lunchtime. And, you know, some of these are pretty busy. So that's good compared to other places where on a hot day like today, I mean, to be out and about on a hot day like today. So here's an interesting one. La Camagüeyana Pizza. So Camagüey is the part of Cuba where I was born. So Camagüeyana Pizza, you know, pizza cubana. Over here you got like a little Dominican spot. By the way, the smell is so good. I mean, Dominican food is incredible. I absolutely love Dominican food. And then you have, like I said, La Camagüeyana. I was born in Camagüey, Cuba, so this is, you know, something awesome for me. Cuban pizza is a huge thing. That's what it kind of looks like. If you've ever had Cuban pizza, you know what I'm talking about. So the cheese kind of, there's no end to the cheese. It kind of like spills over and then melts around the edge. So if you've never had Cuban pizza, I definitely recommend it. I've heard that this is a pretty good one. There is a homeless person sleeping here in front of their food truck because they're closed right now. It's kind of you know, being from Camagüey, seeing somebody homeless sleeping in front of a Camagüey food truck is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, you are in the inner city, and well, being on the streets is horrible, and I think people here will leave him alone and let him get the rest he needs. Being homeless is a horrific thing. Mixtos Grill Latin food, so this one might be more Mexican. You'll probably notice as well that there's kind of like a fusion here, where like all these cultures are here together. So sometimes the Cuban food can overlap all the other nationalities. So sometimes the foods just kind of overlap. So like a Cuban place might have a little bit of Puerto Rican, a Puerto Rican place might have some Colombian stuff. Like there's a little bit of overlapping of cultures here. I feel like a lot of times Cubans will go and get Colombian food, or Colombians will get Cuban food, or whatever, you know. There's kind of a lot of culture overlapping here. But anyways, very cool area. Arepas made by Colombian hands. La mano colombiana. Check out how empty this part of Tampa looks right now. I've never seen Tampa this empty. It really feels eerily like a ghost town. This part of Tampa here used to be bustling with activity. Today's a weekday. It's around 12:30, and it looks kind of emptier than usual. A lot of recent arrivals have landed over here because they had family in the area, but the legal status of recent arrivals from Cuba varies greatly from the community that was already here. For decades, all Cubans had to do was land in the United States and they were granted legal status. So Cubans that have been in the area for a long time are mostly going to be legal. It's the more recent arrivals that don't have that legal status. So the Cuban immigrants used to be predominantly white, and over the last few years that's changed dramatically. Recently, many of the Cubans that are coming now in the last, let's say, 7 or 8 years, a lot of them have been black Cubans, and black Cubans used to never come to the United States because they mostly favored the Communist Party. But things have got so bad in Cuba over the last few years that the African Cuban community, Afro-Cubans, that used to never leave the island, have started to leave the island. And that has created a new wave of Afro-Cubans, particularly here in the Tampa area. And a lot of the Afro-Cubans are going to fall under illegality now because they're recent arrivals. So it's interesting to see how the new wave of Cubans, their legal status varies dramatically from the more established communities. And here in the Tampa area, there are quite a few newer communities. A lot of recent arrivals from Cuba, for example, and they don't benefit from the same legal status. So this is a beautiful drive here we're going to take right now. We're going to enter a neighborhood known as Palmetto Beach. It's got a beautiful view of the Tampa skyline, but it's a very impoverished inner city neighborhood. It's been through a lot lately, so we're going to hop on over to Palmetto Beach and explore that area. But for the new arrivals, the Afro-Cuban community that has established itself in Tampa, the percentage of their community that's undocumented is significantly higher, and that in itself means that a lot of them are going to have to leave the United States, and you know, it's a difficult, boat freighters. When I look at it, you would think with its proximity to downtown Tampa that this would be a very attractive area to live, but it's actually a fairly rundown, and you would think that Palmetto Beach would be a very expensive neighborhood to live in because of its proximity to downtown Tampa, but it's actually a fairly poor and impoverished area. Now these houses here, some of them are abandoned right now. Like you can tell that this one's abandoned. This area had about 4 feet of water. Inside of these homes, there was 4 feet of water because they're right in front of Tampa Bay. And with the recent hurricanes that we had, I wouldn't even know which one it was. It might have been Helene or Milton. Honestly, I'm not even sure which hurricane it was because there's been so many. But these houses here, beautiful little rental properties, might have a beautiful view of the water, but unfortunately, they're also a neighborhood that suffered tremendously with the last hurricanes. A lot of these homes flooded, and now the people are still drying their furniture outside, you know, a year later. The hurricanes did a number to the Tampa metropolitan area, damaging income from tourism, as well as destroying people's homes, property, and possessions. A lot of people that rent these type of places are not going to have renter's insurance because they're in informal rents. And unfortunately, the people that are living in these houses here are living in houses that are going to have problems with mold. They're more propense to burning down because the corrosion from salt water eats up all the cables and stuff inside the home. So with the hurricanes that we had, this area was completely underwater. Now, being somewhat of a poor inner city neighborhood as well, this area has also been affected heavily by immigration law. So this intersection, shopping, is a slang word or kind of an informality for Guatemalans. Guatemalans are known as chapines, shopping. So very interesting. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's got a lot of great things going for it, but it still has a lot of poverty. It's interesting because there's a Ferrari on that street over there. And well, here's our first for rent sign. But nonetheless, if you're willing to litigate the flood potential, here's your first for rent sign in the Tampa area. But today ain't nobody moving to Tampa right about now. You know, just a few years ago, that rent sign wouldn't exist because that property would have rented so quickly. But today the situation is different and rents in Tampa are plentiful. In so little time, how quickly things have changed in the Tampa area. I'm not exactly sure what these signs are. They might be an eviction notice perhaps, or a foreclosure notice, or maybe for permit work. I'm not sure, but you see a lot of these all over the Tampa area. Let's take a closer look at this property here in Tampa. Obviously, the city of Tampa, it probably got completely flooded and washed out by the hurricane. But what a shame it is to see just a beautiful property with an incredible view of the water, right? But here it is, completely overgrown, abandoned. Most likely the hurricane damage inside of this home could be worth as much as the home itself. So this is sadly the new face of Tampa. In fact, there are still abandoned boats laying around this neighborhood. All right, so this is like a historic Tampa neighborhood here in Palmetto Beach. This is kind of what these neighborhoods look like, really, in Tampa. So you guys are going to get a treat because we're going to drive through, at least for me, one of the most favorite things about Tampa are these types of neighborhoods right here. We're talking about are these, they're not exactly shotgun houses. They're kind of like bungalows. I'm not sure what you would call them. But it's the typical Tampa neighborhood, you know what I mean? And there are some beautiful homes in this neighborhood. Take a look at some of these houses, guys. This is what your typical Tampa neighborhood looks like. You know, historic Tampa right here. This one right here is for sale. So these are the beautiful and historic Tampa neighborhoods and the style of Tampa homes. Tampa does have a lot of really cool neighborhoods, and I just love the authentic vibe of these Tampa neighborhoods. Unfortunately, a lot of these neighborhoods are kind of rough. I'm not sure if that's an eviction notice right there, but there's some type of notice on the window. This area kind of reminds me of like a New Orleans, you know, like a real authentic vibe.
Turn right onto Stevens Street.
This is the real Tampa out here, y'all. Check this out. This is the real Tampa, y'all.
Slide left onto the I-4 ramp.
Eerily empty. I've never been on I-4 and just seen I-4 empty. It's so weird. Isn't this crazy?
Slide left onto the I-4 ramp.
To see like these interstates as empty is eerie.
Continue
This
on
is supposed to be
I-4
like
for
bumper to
1.5
bumper.
miles.
I don't think I've ever seen Tampa this empty. This is eerie. This is 50th in Tampa. Now this street is usually packed with people and trucks and, well, I've never really seen Tampa this empty. It's there's nobody out here. Me and my wife don't have an international travel budget right now, but we have a Tampa travel budget, so we're gonna make the best of being here in Tampa. I'm gonna put that in the GPS rig. Do you find it yet?
Hamada kebab.
Let me see. Something to eat. We gotta get ourselves back home. We got stuff going on later.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to East Tampa. This area is heavily commercialized. You can see there's people panhandling on the road here, and there's people homeless on the side of the road. Imagine on a hot day
In
like
a quarter
today.
mile, use the left 2
There's
lanes
somebody
to
on the
turn
road
left
with a
onto US
wheelchair.
41 North, Melbourne Boulevard.
Somebody on the road with a wheelchair on the interstate exit. I mean, it's heartbreaking the stuff you see out here. You know, these people are in the absolute toughest situations. Most of us couldn't imagine the hardships that they face on the streets.
At the light, use the left 2
Yet, if you
lanes to
meet
turn
people
left
out
onto
here and
US
talk to
41
them,
North, Melbourne
they're
Boulevard.
friendly and nice and happy despite their hardships that they face on the streets. It's really a difficult prospect being out here on these streets. But I ain't got no money, papi. ¿Qué pasa, papi? ¿Habla español o inglés? ¿Inglés o español? English? What's your name, brother?
David.
David. Where you from?
Miami.
Miami? That's what's up, man. I ain't got no money for you, but I'll give you a high five, man. Is that cool? It's hot. You staying strong out here, brother? Dale. Look at, there's like 20 people over here homeless. That's crazy.
Oh boy.
Dang. Tough.
And also other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard out here, babe. People really going through it out here.
It's hard.
I can't give every homeless person money, but you can say hi to them and talk to them and give them a high five, and maybe your love can encourage them to keep going on these difficult situations they're facing out there. I can't give every homeless person I see money. It's impossible, and I can't. but I can at least give them a smile, you know, give them a high five. I mean, what's a waste management worker make an hour? $18 an hour right now, probably. I know they're not making more than that in Florida.
In a quarter mile, slide right onto North 40th Street.
And that's really the problem, that, you know, housing today, a person that works a full-time job, it's still not enough for housing. And the state of Florida has the worst paid cops and the worst paid teachers in the whole country. The worst paid teachers, the worst paid cops in Florida anymore. Other states like Washington, a police officer in Washington state will make twice as much as a police officer in Florida. And that's crazy. I mean, and the state of Florida is so underfunded. The services for the homeless are a joke, and I mean a joke. The cops tell the homeless people, you can go to a homeless shelter, a mental facility, or you can go to jail. And most homeless people say go to jail because they know that those mental facilities are sometimes worse than jails, from what I hear. The homeless shelters are full of bed bugs. They're underfunded. I've talked to people that work in these facilities, and they tell me that not all of them, but some of them, the administration's really bad, and they don't have food for the people. Imagine you're in a facility and there's no food guaranteed, you know? It's a horrible predicament that the homeless are in. And, you know, Tampa, unfortunately, has a huge homeless population. Horrible services. I mean,
in a quarter mile, continue straight to stay on North 40th Street.
I'm not going to tell you the name of particular facilities here in Tampa, but I've done some research on facilities here in Tampa in previous videos and for individuals that needed it. And these facilities here are horrific. More than helping people, it's an aggravation.
Continue straight to stay on North 40th Street.
You know, they say that there's help for the homeless, but there really isn't any help for the homeless. Have you noticed how many young people are out here panhandling now?
Yeah.
It used to be like old disabled people. Now there's young people out here.
Yeah.
I mean, the situation on the streets, this guy's, he's just trying to sell some stuff. I ain't got nothing to buy, but it's got to be rough, man, for a young person. For a young person to be out here, man. You imagine a young person, bro. You know how much that's got to hurt that young man right there. You know how much it's got to hurt that young man to be out here. You're ask me if he's got a cash out. Hey, bro, you got a cash up? What is your cash out, bro?
My cash out is that.
Can I put you on camera real quick?
That back 31.
That back 31?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
$ that back 31.
Hey, bro. I know it's not easy being young out here, bro. But don't go do bad stuff, all right, bro?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to put on my video. Hopefully the audience can help you.
Okay.
Hey, bro. I know it's not easy being young out here, bro. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Hey, if you're watching this video today, help that young man out. He ain't stealing.
Continue on North
You know,
40th Street for half a
It's
mile.
hot out here. What's
It's
the temperature?
hot.
It's hot. It's 100 degrees right now, y'all.
Exit and stay on
Hey,
North 40th Street.
Take care of your people, bro. Because that young man right there decided, instead of go trap, instead of go steal, he out here putting his... You know how embarrassing it's got to be for a young man to be out here doing that? It breaks my heart, bro. Take care of your people. Even if it's a little bit, take care of your people, bro. Because that young man right there decided not to go steal. Decided not to go trap. He decided that he was going to not do that stuff. And he's out here. You know how hard it is for a young man to be out here in these streets putting his face like that? And in school, people that he goes to school with see him out here like that. Help that young man out. Help that young man out. Take care of your people, for real. Because he ain't doing what half of y'all would have done in the same situation. It's young people here in Florida. Young people in 100-degree weather selling something on the side of the road because they don't want to go steal. Because they don't want to go rob.
Continue on North 40th Street for 1 mile.
I know it's got to be heartbreaking for a young person's morality. Maybe his schoolmates pass by and laugh at him for doing that. Y'all people watching today's video, take care of that man right there. Young people got pride, man. People got pride. People got... You know how hard it is for a young person to be out in the street like that? bro, people got feelings, man. People got classmates that are bullies, and you know how hard it is for a young person to be out there like that. Take care of that young man if you can. It's real situations out here. People really going through something. So right now we're heading north on 40th Street to an area known as Temple Terrace. There's a lot of diversity up here. There's a lot of Asians, a lot of Arabic people, a lot of Indians. It's just a more diverse pushing Asian up this way. So we're gonna move to a part of Tampa where, and you know what's interesting? Like in most parts of the United States, the Asian communities are usually the wealthier and the wealthiest. Asians usually have higher incomes than whites, but here in Tampa,
Exit the traffic
man, there's a
circle onto
lot of
North 40th
poor
Street.
people from an Asian
Continue on
background.
North.
And by the way, if you're watching today's video, make sure you check in. What city, what neighborhood, what country. Make sure if you're watching, check in. I love seeing who's watching and from where. A big hug to everybody in Belize, everybody in Vietnam, everybody in Colombia, everybody in Trinidad, everybody watching from them places. Mexico, Canada. If you're watching today's video from somewhere else, please check in. Argentina. Shout out to everybody watching from Haiti and Jamaica, all the Caribbean islands.
Onto North 30th Street.
We got people watching from Europe as well. Driving around Busch Gardens now, heading up to Temple Terrace to get something to eat. So over here in Temple Terrace, like I said, there's a lot of diversity. And it's every country in the world you can think of over here. Now play with them. And we got a bunch of other stuff.
Head south,
This is where we're
then
going
you
to
will
come
arrive
in.
at your destination.
It's kind of early for dinner, but we're going to eat early because we got to get back to our area. We got a lot of things we got to do back home.
You have arrived.
But crazy deals. We'll eat right here. See if we can find some parking in this little plaza. All right, guys, so this is where we're going to eat today in Tampa. Let's get up in there. All right, my bad. So it's actually Palestinian. Google Maps lied to me. Either way, it's good. Now, what I want you guys to see is that they actually have a YouTube channel, just like we do, and they got a plaque. So there it is right there. Hamada Makluba. There it is right there. They got over 100,000 subscribers. So they're YouTubers just like us. So if you are in the Tampa area, you can check out their YouTube channel before you come here to eat their amazing food. But we're about to eat their amazing food now. Take a look at the restaurant. Very beautiful. We're the only ones here right now. It's not really, it's kind of early to have dinner, but we got to get back home, so we have to eat early. But awesome restaurant. Let's see what the food. We just ate at Hamada. If you are in the Tampa area, check this place out for authentic Palestinian food. It's hot, but welcome to Tampa, y'all. We are on the north side of the city by Temple Terrace and University on 109th and 30th. So let's drive through the hood and see what's happening on the streets of Tampa.
You gotta go to the hood.
You can't go to Tampa and not visit.
How can you not visit the hood if you're in Tampa?
Yeah, buddy. All right. No right turn on red between 7 a.m. and 1:40 p.m. Okay, so
2:45.
we gotta, whoa! And slow down with the door down, buddy.
Yeah.
Mug up in the door right there. There's someone clothes on the side of the road. That's a horrible thing too, dude.
They're drying their laundry.
That's even worse. Couldn't find those back then. They were scarce.
No. Yeah.
We've been Tampa be having stuff that was hard to get back in 2009.
I know, right?
And it's like, I got these rims right here back.
Yeah, we got them in 2008.
These were
and
hard.
then after we got married, we got rims on a convertible. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And then you wanted to get rims literally on any nice vehicle you ever had.
Of course, man. You got to keep it fresher than a Bentley.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa with the AMPA. North Tampa at that, yo.
Yeah.
2, 1.
There we go.
I'm just going to go. I'm not going to wait.
Why can't you just get off and go? I mean,
She's in a Central. She's trying to get rear-ended so she can get some insurance money.
that should be the last thing you should be trying to do.
Well, they're in the center, Katie. Look at this guy in a Saturn.
You have the right of
Dale,
way.
mijo! Pero te come basura! Go, bro. There's nobody in front of you. Clase tipo hacer. Bro, why are you so aggravating?
Just drive.
This person's aggravating me.
I know, right?
What a Haitian aggravation, man. This person's trying my patience, dude. What are you doing now? You're turning from a mile away. Oh, this person's so lucky I'm on probation for the last person I road rage.
Wow.
This is a turning lane.
Yeah.
Well, if it ain't, we made
It's
it.
not, you just made it. It is now. Yeah.
I don't think this video is any good because like we've been facing the sun during the whole video.
It'll probably turn out better than you.
I don't know. I feel like
I think some of our best videos.
have been like where we think they're not gonna be good.
Yeah.
The lighting today is horrible. Horrible lighting.
Well,
today.
you just got out of the sun, so you're all right.
The lighting today's been horrible.
Yeah.
This is a real nice area back here, honey.
I know.
You can buy melons on the side of the road.
Do you have any cash? I would actually buy one.
I do. But it's for tolls. And homeless people. I can't spend my homeless people fund on you.
You can't buy me a watermelon.
This looks like a nice little store right here. Let's go in here real quick.
You know watermelon's my favorite thing.
Okay, they got like a little food truck and everything over here.
What kind of food truck is that?
It's like a little bit of everything, I guess. They got a little bit of everything, really. A little bit of everything.
Something in Central American?
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of
It
everything.
looks good.
Yeah. It's like you got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a real nice area here.
It does.
This is a place you can just move into and
Just live comfortably
Live safe,
and happy,
safe area.
safe.
safe and clean area.
Oh yeah.
Check these apartments out
That
right
does
here.
sound like
Shadow
something
Pines.
interesting. You could get your hair cut in a van.
A mobile hair salon.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is classy back here.
That sounds like something our parents would have warned us about when we were getting.
Now this is living low on the hog right here.
Yeah.
Or is it high on the hog?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen an apartment complex that doesn't mow the grass.
Yeah.
Imagine that, an apartment complex that doesn't mow the grass. Boy, we are in the trenches today. This is underneath the hog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta do something in these apartments real quick.
You stay in the car.
There we go. I've heard of high on the hog. Well, this is kind of like the other thing on the hog. In King of the Hill, wasn't there like a really bad street?
Belcher's Grove.
Belcher's Grove. This is like the Belcher's Grove of Tampa out here. Moving. Dang, this looks vacant compared to usual. This is where we should have done our video out for the other video.
Probably.
We'll be back in Tampa though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of vacancy out here these days. Okay, they have the flag of every person that's got deported recently right here. Look at the grass in front of these. See, that's wrong. If you have an apartment complex, you should. Well, I guess if their landscaping guys are getting deported, they don't have a choice. We're gonna come back and do a video in this neighborhood, a more detailed video.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back here and do another video for sure. What street is this, Fletcher? See, this is the part of Tampa you ought to move to right here. Now, this right here, this is the part of Tampa.
Is he advertising?
He might be. He might be pulling pants down, black man. If you got something good, you won't sell it. You can't sell it if it's in the shelf. You
Well,
gotta-
I definitely am not buying
¡Quítate en
that.
medio, mijo, con tu cabeza! El tipo se robó esa camisa de un Bells in 1994 and he still has it. ¿Qué tipo hace? ¿Qué tipo de hacer? Bro, we gotta come and do a video in this neighborhood. We're gonna come back and spend a day in this neighborhood.
Yeah, we definitely need to
We
spend
will.
more time in Tampa.
But this particular part of Tampa, like this area is like, wow. It's become very international. It used to be just like, I don't know, does it feel more international than ever? It'll be illegal to stop traffic for people that don't have cars. We live in a car-friendly country.
Oh, I think it's closed.
And pedestrian area.
Happy Fest delicious.
See, this is what Bradenton needs to do. See these pedestrian crossings every 300 feet?
It's closed.
Bradenton should do this. They don't care about people in Bradenton.
Yeah.
University of South Canada.
Head east on East Fletcher Avenue.
You ever see these
Continue for
ambulance
1.5
drivers?
miles.
These guys are always in a rush to get somewhere. They think whatever they're doing is more important than what I'm doing. Bro, what the crap? I'm just gonna make a right turn wherever I can. I can't stand this anymore. Can I just ask them if there's room for one more?
No.
Come on, please.
No.
Independent living. The type of husband that kisses her hand and take. We're supposed to get home. We got places to be.
I understand.
We should have left before 4 o'clock. That was our mistake.
Okay.
Okay, that. Oh, yeah. Come on, kiss me.
The light is green.
You think we're in a toxic relationship?
Some people think we are.
Well, she looks like she swallowed 4 watermelons. Why are her
That's how
to body ratio is like
you
disproportionate?
shouldn't be talking about a woman like that. It's such as that you're married.
Hey, somebody out there will like that feature in her, okay? Maybe not me, but somebody out there will be like, wow, that is the woman I need in my life. Won't be me.
Head south on USF Genshaft Drive, USF Maple Drive.
What is the street called?
Continue on USF Genshaft Drive for half a mile.
USF Genchop? Genchop? Oh yeah, cool.
In a quarter
These
mile,
crosswalks.
turn left onto USF Alumni Drive.
Alumni. I thought, is that the really right way you're pronouncing that?
Alumni?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What a weird word.
Alumni?
Alumni. I'm an alumni.
Yeah.
I'm an alumni.
Well, technically, you probably are, but
English,
not to a college, but to a high school.
In Spanish, it's alumno. It makes a lot of sense in Spanish. Uber driver. Yeah, you better run, buddy. It's out there. Alumni. I need alumni support. Dale, mijo! ¡Tú no ves que yo ando agitado!
That was almost a car crash.
What are you doing?
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto
She had the
USF
right of way,
Bullrun
she just
Drive.
didn't know it.
Yep.
What an ugly building. Who designed that garbage?
I think the landscaping person is failing.
Yeah, how do you water the grass up there?
I can see, like...
It's like you need a Guatemala for that because it's a roofing and a landscaping job.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, the person in this Lexus is aggravating me.
It's an obstacle course, Jose.
Dale, mijo!
It's supposed to be fun.
Bro, okay, so let me get this straight. They want you to go inside the building because it's a museum, but they can't figure out how to keep grass growing on the outside of it. And this is a really nice drive through the way.
Head
50th?
south on North 50th Street. In a quarter mile, turn left onto East 111th Avenue.
If you ever want to see like the nice side of Tampa, just get on 50th. Oh, this is Temple Terrace. This is uncommunicated.
Yeah.
Only 40th cuts across. He's gonna tell me not to run my house. White Wayne 50th.
Break it to you that you were white on the census form.
The first time you did the census from that, Jose, you're white.
You're white.
I'm like, no, I'm Cuban.
You tried to tell me you was black. I'm like, nope, that's the U.S. government.
I identify as a black man. Not when dealing with law enforcement. I get pulled over. I'm like, hello, sir. All right.
Yeah.
We're heading to the comedy club. Oh, so what would like the whitest thing a white person would do?
I don't know.
We're gonna go meet our grandparents later,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna
yeah.
go play golf. Gotta figure out the inheritance paperwork. Gotta go meet my my life insurance guy. What's the thing a white person would do?
I don't know.
Like you get pulled over by a cop and you're trying to be as white as possible. You're white, you wouldn't know what to do. You've never. Well, first of all, you don't get pulled over. That's the thing. If you're being white enough, you won't get pulled over. That's the thing. Like me and Katie have been married for 16 years. Not once has she got pulled over. If you saw her driving, how she hasn't got pulled over, I mean, wow. Like if Katie could literally trample a black person in traffic, and the cop will come and like taser the black person for getting in a white woman's way. That's the way America works right now.
And it was only because a female cop saw it. That crappy BMW we had.
She probably thought you were a Bosnian or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought you were a Bosnian driving this old BMW.
Yeah. This old
Look at
black
Temple
BMW.
Terrace. Yeah, she probably thought you were a Bosnian. I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought you were a Bosnian driving this old BMW. I had no idea a white woman would drive such a thing.
Yeah, and I was driving to the gym. Yeah.
But like 16 years together, you've never got a ticket. You've never got pulled over.
No.
Other than that one time, and I guess you were by yourself. And they'll let you go. You didn't get a ticket.
The only time I got tickets were like when I got into accidents.
Right. Like if you're white, like you like plow your car into somebody's house.
Oh gosh.
She's plowed cars in the house. Like,
I was 14. I was trying to leave.
Exactly. Like I don't think you guys understand. Like Katie is a white person. For a cop to bother her, she literally has to plow her car into a house. Go figure how much traffic there is on 75, where it's making us go all the way to Gibson to the road and turn left. So this east part of Tampa is like road rage central, if you do that.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a beer down here. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Big dinosaur over there for some reason.
There's a lot of dinosaurs around Tampa.
Dinosaurs.
Or maybe because we were here early.
Oh, what's up, homie? Okay,
Yeah.
he's got the afternoon shift. The other guy's got the morning shift. What
okay.
happened? What happened? Yes, Katie. People are on the streets.
Yeah.
How about we go to that drive-thru? That way I don't have to go out to get that water.
Just drive home. You're
I
fine.
need a water. I'm gonna get a water. I'm not gonna let you tell me what I can and can't do. TPD dog. TPD dog. But I am gonna be trying to be a better husband.
Yes, you are.
Better Cuban.
Human or cube?
Cuban. I'm gonna be a Cuban.
You're a human being that
Is
has
there
a Cuban.
is that a what the crap?
That's the sound.
Why is there a
What is that? It's like
it's a car seat on the road? Somebody lost their car seat. Like they're just driving and their seat fell out of the car.
how do you lose a car seat? That
On a
looks like a
highway.
bus seat on a highway.
No, it's a car. It's like they just took a turn and their passenger seat flew out the window. It's definitely a peculiar thing to see on the road.
Tampa is the one place you would see something like that.
Yeah.
Gosh, kid. First you're sour, then you're sweet.
I want to be a sweeter person.
Adam, you want the sweet to
I'm
outweigh the
working on
sour.
being a better person.
Yes, you are.
I want to be a better person. People say I'm not nice to you. Well, I am.
You are nice.
I feed you every day.
You're supposed to to feed me.
Take you to the doctor once a year.
I know.
Sometimes I even take you to the veterinarian. I'm a monogamist. Don't try to tell me I'm a biologist, okay? I am in no way, shape, or form a biologist.
Okay. If I have to explain all this, my brain is gonna explode.
I don't need to be explained. There's man and there's women. I don't want to hear about biology. Now, there's no biology in my book, okay?
Oh my god.
There's
I
man
don't know
and
how to
there's-
explain all this.
There's man and there's women. That's it. There's no biologist. I take you to a good veterinarian every year, check you out.
Okay.
Ought to have more sense than that.
Okay.
A biology.
Oh my gosh. How am I gonna explain this?
You ever been to Ybor City?
Okay, my brain is hurting. Please stop trying to hurt my brain.
All right, remember the time we went to San Francisco? For that festival down in Key West? Well, that's just vulgar. That's a vulgar faint terrier. Living organisms. Oh, look at all the graffiti at that gas station. You ever deal with somebody frustrating?
Continue on US 41 South for 5 miles.
My dearest dear. You're taking this too serious. This is just a YouTube video.
I know.
You think I don't know what a biologist is? I wanted to be a marine.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was growing up.
Dude, I wanted to be an orchid trainer.
Okay, that would be wrong.
I know.
That's the wrong thing too.
I know.
Oh, this is a turning lane?
Marine Beneficial Engineers Association trademark recyclable. Yeah, that might actually be it.
That's it smells like nuclear waste.
It's a scrapyard.
Yeah. It smells like they're like radioactive fertilizer by waste propaganda.
Probably whatever this is.
I can't breathe. It feels like I
Tampa Liquid Terminal.
I
Yeah.
feel like I just ate a
Yeah.
50-pound sack of fertilizer. Welcome to Gibsonton. What's going on here? Okay. Now Gibsonton is kind of like on the outskirts of Tampa on the southern end. It's kind of a little rundown little community here. Very poor place. You can see people just living campers here. Old abandoned campers and stuff. This is almost third
In
world.
1,000 feet, turn left onto Marilla Avenue.
But it's just a little community out here on the outskirts of Tampa. Now this area here has a lot of undocumented people. Just the nature of being kind of just a poor
Turn
place.
left onto Head south on Lula Street toward Alice Avenue, then turn left onto Alice Avenue. Turn left onto Alice Avenue. Continue on Alice Avenue for 2 miles.
So for the most part in Tampa, you know, I think the reason the city looks so empty has to do more with tourism. Businesses are hurting. It's not the absolute worst case scenario yet,
Continue on Alice Avenue
but it's
for 2 miles.
definitely not the Tampa it used to be. Now here on the southern tip, there's definitely a more profound and noticeable situation. This area, Gibsontown, known as the locals as Gibtown or Gibton, is very impoverished. This used to be the home of a circus, you know, where the circus people would live. But those days are long gone. Today it's mostly just agricultural workers and construction workers that live out here. And it looks like there's a storm brewing over Bradenton.
For the horse.
Yeah, we'll get there. I know you guys have been really impatient. Want to know when the crap are we
It's
moving?
coming. Don't worry.
It'll come. It will. It's coming. You know, not leasing right there. Lakewood Ranch is still an option, but it's not the most likely option.
Yeah.
We'll see. We don't know yet. We just have to wait and see what the crap happens with our lives. There it is! And great news, they're working on the 44th bridge. Once that 44th bridge gets built, it'll be a breeze for people in Lakewood Ranch to go to the beach during the winter time. It doesn't matter now, but in the winter time when the snowbirds are here, that 44th Street Bridge will be amazing for us in Lakewood Ranch. There it is.
We'll be at Lakewood Ranch.
We may or may not. The thing is that not even we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So how can you guys know?
We're still trying to figure out.
You
the
guys
right
are,
move.
yeah, you guys are steps ahead of what we're doing ourselves. So
Yeah.
you zoom out a little bit because with the rain, it's going to distort the image. You guys want to know about us before we get to know about us.
Yeah, that's not how life works.
Dang, look at that traffic jam coming back this way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Great chill thing, man. It was slowing. Can't see nothing. I'm gonna get off the interstate. I can't see anything. Feminine! Sun will be out in 5 minutes.